All right, welcome back to the program. My guest is Dr. Dahiru Muhammed, is the Chairman, Presidential Implementation Committee on Technology Transfer, also the Chairman, Nigeria Czech Republic Trade and Investment Council. Okay, we were caught there. Like, you do this every day.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Yes, I do it every weekday, apart from Saturday and Sunday.
A lot of research and...
Tell me about it, research and development. You know, a lot of research, I must say. So much research goes into the program. But thank you very much for the compliment. Whether I should also be part of this program.
Why not?
You know?
Why not? There are opportunities for everyone.
For everyone.
To get involved, yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the DELTA-2 program.
Yeah.
Explain what that means, really. The DELTA-2 program on technology, on research and development, the Czech Republic. What is it about? How did it come about?
Okay. The DELTA-2 program is a program that is being championed by the Czech Republic, where developed countries come together and share know-how, transfer technology, and then within each other and commercialize the output of the research, development, and innovation activity for profit making at the end of the day. So it is a program, like I told you, that is designed to help developed countries assist themselves technologically. And when we had the opportunity to ask for what we want from the Czech Republic, when our embassy was reopened in 2013, we pleaded that even though we are not yet a developed country, but there is something we can offer to the program. So we should be admitted. After a lot of lobbying and then exchanges of information between Czech and Nigerian side, at the end of the day, we were involved in the program. We got admitted into the program in 2014. And we came back home and we look at which agency of government is best suited to implement what is expected of us in the program. And that is when we discovered the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure.
That's NASENI.
As the most suitable agency of government that will implement the agreement. So we went ahead, involved NASENI, signed the agreement between NASENI and the Technical Agency of the Czech Republic. And then the onus then was on us to come back home and put up the implementation committee and position NASENI to participate in the program. But because then the full act of NASENI was not implemented, it was very difficult for us to participate in the phase of the program. And we lost a lot. That didn't stop us. We continued to talk to the president. We continued to show them the importance of what the program can bring to Nigeria. And at the end of the day, with the requisite legislative backing and the presidential approval, NASENI was now moved back to the presidency, and the act of NASENI was fully implemented, and the funding was provided for NASENI to be positioned to participate in this program. So that is why the president set up the Presidential Implementation Committee, which appointed me as the chairman with other members, and then NASENI, being the implementing agency, is the technical partner in the committee that will implement this agreement. So, like I said, this agreement, basically what it does is it brings 3 institutions together from each country. It brings the research institutes, which comprises of our universities and other independent research organizations. It brings the government, and it brings the private sector together.
Okay, so the research institutes,
yep,
the private sector,
and the government.
And the government, okay.
To bring them together and do the first need identification.
Sorry, what did you call it?
Need identification.
Okay.
Like, as a country, what do we need
okay.
to boost our manufacturing base? What do we need to help our economy grow? And that is supposed to be championed by the private sector. Because what happened most of the time while we are so backward in research and development activity in Nigeria is that there is a huge disconnect between our research institutes and the private sector. So that is why most of the research that is being done in this research institute and our universities end up being in the shelf than producing something that will go to the market and has commercial value. So this is what this program is doing, is bringing the three major actors together, the government, the research institute, and the private sector, in order to identify the need, fund the research and development activity, and then commercialize the output at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, once we are able to achieve these three, you can see that we will move out from a country that is mostly dependent on importation and procurement for what we consume to a country where we produce most of the things we consume locally. And that is what will help us to grow our economy. That is what will help us to fight unemployment. That is what will help us to even fight the security challenges we have in this country. Because the difference, like I always say, the difference between developing countries and developed countries is just the technological evolution. They spend a lot on research, development, and innovation, which leads to their technological evolution. While we here, we spend a lot in procurement. We only import. If you look at all the budgets that we have, let's even start from 1999 to date. If you look at all our capital budget that we have been spending on major projects, and look at how much is being positioned for research, development, and innovation activity on such projects, you see that it's almost non-existent. So at the end of the day, we end up being major importers, major consumers of things that we don't produce. And that is what is affecting our naira, that is what is affecting our economy. We can never grow if we continue to follow that line. So that is what the DELTA-2 program is trying to address. So the private sector is involved. The private sector bring their need identification. Okay, this is what the market needs. We get the partners, right partners for them from the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic provide part funding. The Nigerian government provide part funding. We domesticate the research.
Nigerian government, is it through NASENI?
Through NASENI.
Okay.
That is why I told you that we have to make sure that NASENI Act is being fully implemented and the statutory fund that is supposed to go to NASENI is there for us to fully participate. So once we do that, we provide the funding for the private sector to participate in the program, and we provide the research institutions that will domesticate this technology in Nigeria. So at the end of the day, we have the know-how and we have the products that we need without us going to continue this line of importing everything we consume.
Okay, the next question will be around what you've talked about, which is the R&D side of it. Are there areas of the research and development which this program is concentrating on, or is it just any?
No,
any project?
When we signed the project, we identify about 11 thematic areas.
Okay.
But after identifying these 11 thematic areas, we included a clause that in case we have any need of technology transfer from you that is not contained in these thematic areas and it is commercially viable, then we can include it. But we have agriculture and food technology, we have nanoscience and nanotechnology, we have ICT, we have transport technology, we have genomic medicine, we have pharmaceuticals, we have digital archive system, okay. We have system on chips, and then mining sector. So the areas are enormous. But when we submitted our report to the president and our terms of reference, he asked us to concentrate on 3 areas. He asked us to concentrate on agriculture, mining, and then manufacturing for SMEs. So let's see how many SMEs, as much as how many SMEs we will help in order for them to get the technology that will help them produce new products or processes or improve their existing product or processes in the process. So that is where we are now. And after the launch of the program, which is about 2 weeks ago, as at yesterday close of business, we had received 157 proposals.
From companies?
From companies in Nigeria and research institutions, 157 so far. And the deadline for the closure of submission of proposal is still 13th July.
13th of July.
But as of today, we have received 157 proposals, which we are going to analyze based on the criteria that was provided by the Czech and under the DELTA-2 program to see those companies that will qualify for them to assess the fund and assess the technology.
How much fund are we talking about here?
That
the Czech Republic is assisting Nigeria with?
For this year, for this particular call, the Czech are willing to assist us in research and development with about $11.7 million.
$11.7 million.
Then,
okay.
On our own part, we are going to also provide counterpart funding for that.
How much?
For now, we are looking at putting about $6 million.
And it will come from Naseni?
Naseni. The funding is there.
Yeah,
the president has approved the funding. That is one good thing the president has done.
Yeah, because I was almost asking if Naseni is actually capable. But I know that Naseni is now under the presidency.
Yeah, they are capable, and because they are receiving their required statutory funding as at now. So they are in a position to provide the counterfund funding. That was why we were not able to participate in the DELTA-1 program that started in 2014, because we didn't have the funding and the structure to participate. But now that we have the funding and the structure, thanks to Mr. President, we are fully participating in this program this year. And it is going to continue. It's a yearly program.
So from what you've said now, Czech Republic is providing $11.7 million. Nigeria is providing $6 million. That's about $17.7 million.
Yeah.
For how many companies are we looking at the end of the program that if they passed the criteria will be chosen?
You see, this money is coming not as a loan to the companies. It's coming as a research grant, which at the end of the day, from the Czech and from Nigeria. But the Czech companies are going to add their own funding, because what the Czech said is that for every project we identified, they are going to fund their own side with 70%, while in Nigeria, we are also going to fund the project with 70%. So the $11.7 million and $6 million is like 70% of the total cost of the project we want to embark on. So the other 30% is being expected to provide as also your contribution. The private sector also to provide that as a contribution. But we have received a lot of requests from some banks willing to come in and provide additional funding for this program. We are talking with them, and at the end of the day, once we agree, the companies that pass these criteria will have access to this funding and also have access to the financing that these banks are bringing on board to be included in the program. Because you cannot do research and development without funding. Funding is key. So once you provide the funding and you identify the needs, what the market needs, it is easy for you to undertake your research, produce the output of the research, and then commercialize it.
How about for people that have already produced researchers in institutions, research institutions, and those researchers are on the shelves? Are they liable to, or are they yes? Can they assess?
Yeah, they can.
Can they submit?
They can submit
already.
They can submit. Yeah, that's why I said your submission should not just be for new research. It can be for all research that you want to improve
or commercialize. So it's not based on Czech and Nigeria to take a look at it.
Exactly.
And see the need of the market.
And see if it has commercial value, then we can support you and then take it to the market, connect you with the requisite partners that will help assist you in taking it to the market.
Okay. So this is for old and new researchers.
Yeah.
You know, okay. You talked about it will continue every year.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical about that.
Why?
Well, I'm skeptical is because of the thing we've seen, at least in the last few years in Nigeria, that policies of governments don't, you know, if another administration comes now, he may just saying this of like, this is not that important. Is there like a continuity plan? Because it's good. I praise this because at least that's part of what I say here on the show. Sometimes in terms of a country can move beyond the knowledge of its people, and we are living in a knowledge economy now. So it's the onus is on us to be part of what's happening globally. So my concern is that of continuity, really.
I think it will not be a major problem.
You think, or you know, or you are
okay,
sure?
I'm sure. Okay, I'm sure. Do you know why I said I'm sure? We started this program 2014. That's when we signed this agreement.
When President Jonathan
When
was
President Jonathan was here. So, in fact, he was supposed to be the one that started implementing this project. But maybe because of election and other factors, he was not able to. But as you can see, it is this president that has provided all the necessary conducive environment and approvals needed for us to participate. And we are starting this program now. The timeline is we're getting proposals now. We'll start evaluation in 13th of July. The evaluation will take us to November, where we'll announce the successful winners, and then funding and implementation of the program starts in January. And what we agreed is that we are not going for this bogus technology that will take us 10 years or 15 years to achieve. That's why we're going for the small ones that we need as a country to stop importation of the major things that we normally import. So the program implementation to when we take it to market should be between 6 months and 36 months. So all the things that we are going to approve are those things that will be in the market when we start implementation between January, between 6 months and the next start 2023. Between 6 months and 36 months, those projects must be in the market. Those are the projects that we are going to approve. And as you can see, it is this president that has done the work of getting it started, but it is the next administration that will fully enjoy the benefit. And this is private sector driven. Yes, this is private sector driven. This is bilateral agreement. So I don't think there's any government that will come and put a stop to it. In fact, what we expect the next government to do is to give it more support and more funding so that we can now increase the number of participating companies. Yeah.
Should the companies come as consortiums or so?
Yeah, we are forming them in a consortium. A consortium comprises of the two enterprises that will come from Nigeria and the Czech Republic.
That's
and
the two enterprises?
Yeah.
One from Czech
one from Nigeria, so the two enterprises from the both countries, and two research agencies from both countries. Because at the end of the day, we are not just going to, when you get the technology, the private sector guy is not interested in doing the research and domesticating it. It's commercialization. So it is the research institutions in Nigeria here that will domesticate the research activity and the private sector. So it is, for each project, it comes in a consortium, whereby NASENI will be there, Technical Agency of Czech Republic will be there, the research institutions will be there, and then the enterprises will be there. So for each project, we have a consortium.
Okay. Apart from funding, what else is the Czech Republic bringing to the table?
The technology.
Okay, the technology.
Yeah, which we don't have.
Is it technology to fine-tune our own research?
To fine-tune and to do new research.
And to do new research.
Yeah. All they ask us to do is that, what do you need as a country? Tell us. We have the technology, and we'll transfer it to you. So the ball is in our court.
We have that Czech doesn't have?
I don't understand.
Are there things that we have, for example, that Czech does not have, that may even emanate from our own research, that Czech Republic may not have? Because it's possible.
It's possible.
Because we're different people from the Czechs.
Because what we're...
I don't know if that was... You understand me now? If that was also part of the plan.
It's part of it.
In terms of even our IP and all of that, intellectual property.
It's open. It's open.
Okay.
It's open. And we have the market, and they don't have the market. That is what is making them come. And they don't know what our market needs. It is our private sector people that know what Nigerian market needs. So it is also an eye-opener for them. Okay, this is what the market, but they are highly technologically advanced, highly. They manufacture almost everything.
I know you were surprised when I asked that question. Yeah. I said, there are some things that Czech doesn't have.
But they manufacture everything. They manufacture from the small razor blade you use at home, Tiger. Yes. Razor blade is from Czech. To aeroplanes, to trains, to nuclear plants, they have it.
I think their blades are very popular.
Yeah.
For the fact that we cannot even manufacture that in Nigeria.
Yeah. And Nigeria is the biggest market in the world for tiger razor blade.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
We're
because it's like it's their most popular product.
Yeah. And you know, then there was a popular product that was in Nigeria that we allowed other countries to take it away from us from them. Canada took it away from us.
Which is?
Bata shoe.
Oh.
Bata is a Czech Republic company that came to Nigeria to set up, remember in those days, all the Bata chain stores we have across the country. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we couldn't even keep them. Canada took it away from us.
Okay. So moving ahead now, people that are watching, listening to us, this is an opportunity, isn't it? But you said earlier on that 11 thematic areas, but the president says, guys, look at agriculture, mining, and manufacturing. Does it mean that the R&Ds or the proposals you should be getting now should be focusing on those 3 things? Yeah. Or should it still focus on those 11 things, but you are going to be choosing those 3 things
as
from
priority?
Yes.
We have received from almost all the areas. Among the one,
genomic?
I have not looked at the full data fully because I was just looking at the list as I yesterday. But as at the first week, when I look at it, we almost covered almost all the areas, and people are still applying. It is not closed that it must be only on these 3. When we announce during the launch of the program, we announce on all the areas, but these are the priority areas that we are focusing as the mandate given to us by the president. But that doesn't stop us that if we see something that is viable, something that will help the country coming from other areas, that will abandon it, no.
So in other words, what you're saying is that bring the proposals, just bring them around those 11 thematic areas. Yep. Okay. All right. Is that going to be like a Delta-3 program?
Yes, because the program is supposed to be a 10-year program that will automatically be renewed.
When did this start? When did the 10 years start?
2014. And we didn't get involved. That's what I was telling you.
Yes. Oh, I was thinking this is a new phase.
No,
really.
We are just partaking in this year's program. They do call every year from 2014 to...
So like, this is 8 years already?
Yes. And we missed out on the 7 years. And in these 7 years, from 2014 to 2019, they did mega project. I know a country that they did mega project with 76 projects. 76 with one of the particular countries, when I saw in their database, running to hundreds of millions of dollars. And we didn't partake because we were not positioned to partake. But now, with the approval of Mr. President and the support, we are now positioned to partake between now and 2014. Then
that's 2024.
2024, I mean. Then immediately after 2024, when the next phase starts, by then we will be masters in the game.
Yes, because I was, that's my next question. That what happens between now and 2024 when the first 10-year
once it is over,
once
it is over in 2024, by then we have been fully involved in the program. So in the next phase of the program, we will be there.
How many times have they done it? Do you know?
No, this is the first. The program started 2014. The first one is the first 10 years then. And more countries are coming on board. More countries. They started with about 3 countries, developed countries. Now they have about 15.
Okay, what kind of countries are they coming on board?
They are all developed countries. We are the only one in Africa.
Oh, because I wanted to ask if there are other African countries on...
No, it's like I told you, the Delta-2 program is normally a program between developed countries. We just find our way to go in there because of our importance in the world economy and because of the lobby. Yes, our population is huge. We have the market. That's what we sold to them.
We have the market of poor people. or we're always deceiving ourselves.
No.
The market with low purchasing power.
And if they come into Nigeria...
Or the market with Africa continental...
Yes, that's what I'm saying. With the time they come into Nigeria, they have free access to African market. And whether you like it or not, we are still the giant of Africa.
My concern, which I also raised earlier, and I don't know, I hope you take it into, into consideration, is what I raised earlier about, fine, they are going to have access into our own market, but I hope the Nigerian companies would also have equal access.
They will have.
To their own markets too.
It's 50-50. There's nothing.
Whether it's agriculture, especially agriculture that we have
we'll have access.
Advantage.
We'll have access. We'll have.
Okay.
Like on the agriculture, what pains me a lot when we talk about agriculture is that the Buhari administration have spent more money than any administration in this country when it comes to agriculture. You understand? But as of today, we still have food security challenges, high cost of food items in the country. And when the president asked us to focus on agriculture, that was my thinking. How do we come in to assist in bringing down the cost of food items and in helping the president fight the challenges of food security? And when we study our agricultural value chain and where all these intervention programs of the government are put in the value chain, we realize that the most important area of the value chain is abandoned.
Which is processing?
Not processing.
Which one?
Water, irrigation.
Oh, okay.
We still rely on rainy season to farm.
Farm, yes.
We have 3.4 million hectares of land that can be irrigated in this country. After rainy season, we are only able to cultivate less than 100,000 out of the 3.4 million hectares. That is our major problem. We have not intervened in developing our irrigation infrastructure so that we can be able to farm all year round.
The question is, even if you farm all year round, how are you going to store it? Even the one you farm during rainy season.
Okay.
How you storing it?
You see the problem.
Not even storage. How do you also process it? That was what I talked about. You know, you have the production, the processing, and the end.
The value chain is the first. Once you are able to produce all year round, that is the only time you will be able to attract processing plants to your country. Okay. Because nobody wants to come and set up a processing plant that will just work for only 3 months or 4 months and close. Okay. So that is why we are focusing now on seeing how we can bring in the necessary technology to build our infrastructure in terms of irrigation and cover as many areas as possible, as many hectares of land as possible. All
right, we've got to go now, really, but I'm tempted to ask this, and answer me please in 15 seconds. Apart from Naseni, are there other ministries that are involved? Because what you're saying now, I guess like a trade investment ministry should be there.
Yeah, no, yeah, like it's there. Oh, okay, when the president set up the committee, he made me the chairman. And the alternate chairman is the EVC of Naseni. We have the Minister of Finance there. Okay. We have the Minister of Trade and Investment there. Okay. And then we also have the Chief of Staff to the President in the committee. Okay. Yeah.
I just needed to
Thank you.
consider that. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Right.
I will be talking about the DELTA-2 program. So for entrepreneurs that want to take advantage with what's happening right now, $11.7 million on the table from the Czech Republic, $6 million are from the Nigerian side.
If you give me 5, let me say something.
Oh, we've got to go.
www.pict.ng.org.
Okay.
Please.
Just go online.
Just go online to our website and submit your proposal.
And check it out. Dr. Dahiru Muhammed is the Chairman, Presidential Implementation Committee on Technology. He's also on Technology Transfer. He's also the Chairman, Nigeria, Czech Republic Trade and Investment Council. So that's the much we can take on today's edition of the program. Thank you all for joining us today. Please join me again tomorrow. Be the best you can be and be that change that you want to see. Bye for now.